Hi. So, yesterday I was working on that chapter that I've been trying to convince myself to do for about a week now. It was only 4 pages. Pathetic. It should have been done by now. Um, Actually, I ended up adding something yesterday, and it is now 5 pages. But thing is that then I had to go and do the whole entire other 4 pages over again. So I I got up at like 5:30 this morning because I needed to go upstairs, and I just stayed up and worked on my story and worked on my story and worked on my story and got it done just maybe 5 minutes ago. I mean not the whole story, just the chapter that I was working on. Now I can work on the next chapter, which I decided. Okay, so there's the after dinner. Um, there's the after dinner. Brandon and Allison. Maybe I'll just put Brandon and Allison as the. Uh, oh, I put it as okay. Part of it. I don't know why I'm getting louder and louder and louder. Sorry. Um. Anyway, part of it is. See, I told you, Ashley. That's the dinner part of it, and then after dinner I didn't know what to put, so I think I'll put Brandon and Allison, and then the other part will be Noah and Holly, and then the other part will be the next people to go out on a date, and yeah. Um, it just kind of makes sense. Usually I like 2 word titles, and if it's going to be bigger than that, um, if it's going to be bigger than that, then I usually try to look for a quote in that part of the book. Like, see, I told you, Ashley. I have not eaten my breakfast yet, but it is sitting right here next to me, so you might hear me eating my toast in a moment here. If I remember correctly from yesterday, we were getting pretty close to the corner where we can go and turn the corner and be on the second to last street, I think. Pretty sure it was the second to last street. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, I've pretty much been just working on that. Although yesterday, my husband and I were working on a survival world that he just started yesterday. And, it was going great until Squibs got on. Because Squibs decided to go and take the vines out and put ladders in. I've said several times I don't know how to use. I don't know how to use ladders. They don't work for me. So my husband wanted to build a treehouse base, and that's what we did. But then I couldn't get to the ground to get trees. And, our son was making um, decisions without discussing it with anybody, and it was driving me crazy. And then I was telling the story of so we ended up having to go to my mother-in-law's yesterday because something was beeping. We had no idea what, but something was beeping. And it ended up being the carbon monoxide thing. And I guess we decided that they're going to get a new one because there wasn't a way to get in and change the batteries. Which I think is a big flaw. And it's funny because my mother-in-law could hear it. It was so loud. Um, that was the interesting part. It was so loud that my mother-in-law could hear it. So, anyway, she okay. So my husband was sleeping in. He usually tries to sleep in on the weekends, especially since I stream, from approximately 8 in the morning to at least 11. Sometimes it goes to noon. If it's a good update on if it's a really good can't put it down update on Dreamlight Valley, I will go way beyond that. But like I try to break it up into 3 hour videos. Okay, so wait. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 now. Okay. Thought we were closer than that. It's okay. Anyway, I think I did pretty good this morning. Getting that whole entire thing redone. And the only thing that I didn't finish was breakfast. I think I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, so I was missing Mama earlier. So I think I will put in our Disneyland vacation. Um, I was telling a I guess you can call him a new friend. Um, on Discord that like I'm missing Mama, and it's got so I think I'll put in our Disneyland vacation. And I was saying it's got my brother being well, actually I said it's got my brother being stupid. I hope he I hope he doesn't mind me saying that. He probably does though. um you know he was in his uh he was in his I'm I'm 11, so I want to be as annoying as possible phase. So it was um so so he thought it was so funny, um uh, or something like that. Anyway, um he like decided to test the limits. see what he could get away with. So he was saying, shut the, I think he ended up saying HE double hockey sticks. Not the actual word, but literally HE double hockey sticks. Something like that. And I'm pretty sure he got yelled at for it, but it's not on camera. And then my sister, I don't know what she was thinking because she loves Goofy, so she had to know how to spell his name, right? But she said G-O double F-I or something like that. It's like, yeah, remembering stuff like that. And then toward the end of the movie, um, toward the end of the video, um, we're in the hotel room, and I don't think my sister and brother should have done that because it's the hotel's pillows. But they were having a pillow fight, and before that, the heck? Hello?
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 Hi, this is Aria from U.S. Auto Care. How are you doing today?
Okay.
I'm reaching out because auto insurance rates have recently dropped by up to 30%. We're providing no-cost quotes to help people take advantage of these savings. You do have car insurance, correct?
Yes.
Let me connect you to the verifier.
Thank you so much for holding. My name is Steve. How are you doing today?
I've got a 1966 Plymouth Belvedere 2.
Okay. So, no problem, ma'am. We will give you the best low rates available for in your area for the car insurance. That's what we are doing here. Most of the people who are checking out this quotation with us, they are saving up to 35%. So I hope we will do the same for you as well. So let me qualify you for this additional discount and let us see that how much we can save you on your car insurance. Ma'am, do you have any DUIs or any tickets in the past 3 to 4 years?
No, but I just told you I have a 1966 Belvedere 2. There's literally 3 places that will take that car insurance. And we've got the lowest rate. Have a nice day.
No.
I think we have the lowest rate. I'm not entirely sure. But my husband did his homework. He's like, okay, what companies will insure? And thanks to that stupid phone call, I have no idea what I was talking about. Oh yeah. Okay, so before the pillow fight though, it was we were all sitting on the bed. Me, my sister, and my brother, and I don't know why, but okay, my brother's got this big stuffed animal, um, of Tramp. Um, you'd call it a plushie nowadays. Um, anyway, so he's got this plushie of Tramp, and for some reason, this is the part that I'm questioning. For some reason, he was making Tramp do like acrobatic moves, like tumbles and stuff. Like tossing him in the air, catching him, stuff like that. I don't know why I was doing it, but like I said, he was 11 at the time, so that's probably why. Anyway, so mom's trying to record Tramp, and and so she goes, if I cannot if I cannot see Tramp, I cannot record Tramp. And just talking about that is making me feel better because I was missing Mama earlier. I really was. I was missing Mama. I may put in that DVD later. But yeah, we're going on that trip on Saturday, and it was raining last night, and that means if the storm was over the mountain, and I'm sure it was, that it was snowing up there, and we've got four-wheel drive, but I'm still kind of freaking out, and I'm totally packing for the weather. Um, I haven't finished packing it. I like to pack early so that way if I forget something, I if I forget something on Monday, then I can remember it on Tuesday. Or if I forget something on Tuesday, maybe I'll remember it on Wednesday or Thursday. Um, I'm just like I need everything. Um, so I've got myself thinking that what if the weather is so bad that we have to turn around and go back? Or that we can't even turn around and go back. We're stuck there on the mountain for a while, because not even four-wheel drives are being allowed through. We've got a four-wheel drive vehicle, so it shouldn't be too bad. It really shouldn't. But, those intrusive thoughts that are going, what if we don't make it because we can't get, not what if we don't, not what if we get unalived because of this, not that kind of intrusive thoughts. But, the ones that are saying you're not going to make it to the hotel because it's snowing, those kind of intrusive thoughts. Like with the Subaru, I knew that we could get through because we did it before. But um but now that we've got the truck, it's a different vehicle. I just haven't seen it perform yet. As soon as I do, I'll be fine. The other thing I'm slightly worried about is that we've got a tall truck. We've got a tall truck. And it's got a lifter doohickey for short people to get into the truck. It kneels down, and then and then it gets back up to ride height. And it's really cool, and it's not too cramped like some of the other vehicles. It kind of felt like there wasn't enough room when we went on trips. We don't get to go on trips very often. Once a year usually. If and it's always to go visit family. Um, like we used to be able to go about once a year. So so I want to be able to send our daughter or take our daughter a shirt, but I don't know if she's gonna be there. Um, because they moved out. She may be working today. I mean, Saturday. I don't know. She works at a casino in the gift shop, unless she changed jobs. But hopefully it's the same one. And she didn't mean to, but something happened, and all of a sudden there's this deer on the road in front of her, and she crashed right into him. But like I said, she didn't mean to. That was not her intention. So anyway, she moved out of my brother and sister-in-law's house and with her cousin and her cousin's boyfriend. So um, I'm hoping they're all getting along and that everything will be okay and that maybe niece and boyfriend will get married soon. I don't know if that's like their intention because like I know that when um like my sister-in-law wanted to be with my brother, but this is a different brother than the Disneyland video. Um anyway, they wanted to be together, but she like didn't want to get married. But everybody's going, when are you gonna get married? When are you gonna get married? When are you gonna get married? You know, you got a son and a daughter, and when are you gonna get married? So they finally did. Um, on June 15th. Uh, this was years ago. I can't remember what year. Oh, I know what year now. Anyway, they got married. They did get married, and they've been together ever since. So there was a while there when I was a little worried that they weren't going to be, but I think every couple has that. You know, they have that point in their lives where it just seems like disaster, and then all of a sudden something happens and it's okay again. Um, I was getting like case in point. Okay, yesterday, my husband started a new Minecraft world because Preston Plays said that if you are at the spawn point and you have the bonus chest on there, if you dig directly beneath the bonus chest, there will be 4 more bonus chests. And that's not true. Either that or it's a computer only thing, and that would not be fair. Because we're both on Xbox. I had Minecraft on my computer. And then something happened, and my computer got corrupted, so I had to take it to a local place. What's it called? I'm sorry, local place. I can't remember what you're called. Oh, Computer Core. And Computer Core is pretty cool because, like, if you need a computer badly, you can work. You can work there as a volunteer, pulling computers apart, and they'll give you a computer. You know, after you have enough points. So I think that's pretty dang cool. But also, like, if you need to work, if you need to do some community service, I don't know if you still can, but they used to have it to where you could do community service there, doing the same thing. But it I think they had stipulations, like if you've had, depending on what you need community service for, was whether you were going to get in to do it. Yeah, well, I gotta turn you down a little bit more because you're a little loud. Oh, I accidentally muted him. Oh well. So I used to think that FWIP was pretty loud. Waddles was louder, but FWIP was pretty loud too, and that's good because I can hear him, you know. But when I'm doing when I'm streaming and I need something playing silently in the background, it's not so great. Because he hasn't answered back whether it's okay to play him silently in the background or not. I would think that, most content creators would be okay with it just because, as long as you promote the other person's channel. And that's what I usually do. If I'm gonna, accidentally be having somebody in the background or on purposely having somebody in the background, I always say, okay, that was one of like Mr. Stronska's videos or one of Suro's videos or like I said, Waddles. I think I asked Waddles and he didn't answer either. That's something I think that people ought to be prepared to do. It's like if they're going to be streaming, they got to pay attention to their YouTube people too and actually answer when people, ask questions and stuff. But he's not the one that, Flip isn't the one that I accidentally muted. It was the one after him. um, so I've got DJ Goham on my, I don't play Farm Sim, but I've got him on there because, like, if we're going through a playlist, there probably ought to be some things that my husband's interested in too, just to, keep him happy. And DJ Goham says funny things sometimes, so, I don't mind watching him. Even though he's talking about Farm Sim, and, I'm definitely not going to retain the information. Because I don't play that game. There's a really good reason why I don't play that game. I mean, besides that, I don't get it. Um, we uh, we were playing one time, me and my husband, and I know that there was somebody else. Um, I think this was before Sidran, so before we knew him. So I don't know who the other person was, but I remember my husband saying something about she crashed all of them. She crashed all the vehicles to the other person, and I was like, I'm out of here. Oh, That's what it was. He was playing with somebody else until he had to make dinner, and I think he was still on the headset. No, he couldn't have been still on the headset. Yeah, he couldn't have been still on the headset unless it was a wireless headset. Oh no, I want to say that he was still on headset. It was probably wireless at the time. We have wired ones right now because the wireless ones either don't want to connect or they run out of battery really easily, so you have to charge them again, and yeah, it's just a disaster. So it's easier and less stressful to just have a wired headset. But we've got the wired headset, but we have wireless controllers. You really can't have wired controllers and have cats or dogs. Or for you, you people who have, non-domestic, not non-domestic, but non-household kind of pets. I can imagine that it'd be really hard trying to play Xbox with a raccoon, a bear, a deer. Um, I don't know. Okay. I don't know for a fact that some of those videos that you see on YouTube are for real. The ones where it's the mother deer and and she brought her dying baby to she brought her dying baby to the lady with the dog, or well, actually, the one that I saw, the dog brought the deer home. And it's a baby deer. It didn't know it wasn't supposed to be friends with the dog, but it was like after a storm. And like I said, I don't know if it's real because you know AI doesn't look like AI anymore. It looks like real stuff. It used to be that AI looked like parts of Aladdin or or Tangled, Frozen. But now it's like AI has gotten so good that you could make a story. I could go and take one chapter of my story and make it into an AI video if I had the program. And you'd never know that it wasn't that it wasn't real actors playing the parts. But I don't have that program yet. I would love to get that program. Not because I want to fool you guys into thinking that, it's a real event and or that like I went into a studio and, hired actors and all that stuff. I would not do that. But yeah, I would use AI. An AI video that's specifically my stuff. I would definitely do that. Put in my specific storyline and turn it into a video that you can see. I mean, that you can watch, and it would have a list of, you know, somewhere on there, it would have a list of my books and how much they cost, at least if you're buying them in America. Like I said, I don't know the prices for other countries, but Amazon, Amazon charges you accordingly. If you're in the UK, they charge you UK monies, and if you're in Japan, they charge you yen question mark. Well, anyway, Japan monies, and I feel kind of dumb because I don't know what kind of monies they have in. Oh, I think UK is pounds, and then like I said, I think Japan is yen, and I don't know what Australia is. It's like I think it's France. You can say francs. And somewhere has Deutschmarks. I'm sorry, I don't remember where. Um, um, and at one point, I don't know if that's still the thing, but Russia had rubles. Um, I think that is so weird they have all this information that isn't important until it is important. I've got a lot of information in my head. That's the reason why, sometimes I'm like, what was I talking about? And then I'm like, oh yeah, you know, or I lost it. I have no idea what I was talking about. But that's the reason, because I've got so much information and all of my stories. And could you move, please? Thank you. Um, I've got my cats trained that if I say, if they're walking in front of me and I say, excuse me, that they're supposed to move, but um, they don't do it necessarily. They keep walking in front of me. So, so I say, scoot, 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 and they keep walking in front of me. But eventually they will move to where I can walk freely without worrying about stepping on somebody's paws or tail. Life with a cat is very interesting. Like, Sam was arguing with me yesterday. I don't remember what we were arguing about, but he was arguing with me. I wanted to do, I don't know, I wanted to do something, or, I guess I wanted to do something. It's like the most thing I could think of. He goes, no. That's one of my cat's favorite words. I mean, we taught him how to say no. He actually, we didn't teach him a dang thing. I can't lie to you and say that we taught him. But, he actually... Why do I want to talk to Carol, Iowa? Carol from Iowa. No, I mean, the town of Carroll in Iowa. That's what I meant. Yeah. Okay. Why would I want to talk? Oh, okay. I was seeing that house between that tree, so it kind of looked like it was right there. Yeah. Okay, I get it. So I kind of think that this is a rich neighborhood. It's got the fancy lights and all that stuff. Maybe this is where all the shop owners live, except for Toby, because he lives above his movie theater. So this says that we've been on this world for 3,008 days. We've actually been on it longer than that, but not by much. Just like maybe 4 days, something like that. Because I started it and then I'm like, you know what? I want to know how long we've been on here. Actually, it might be right on the money, but I don't remember. Okay, so I think I started this one and I put the day counter on, like the day after I started it. Something like that. I don't know. Just came up with like 3 different scenarios, and I'm questioning every single one of them. I don't know, but I think that was it. So I went and changed up my idea here. Not on the painting houses, but when I go and put out videos, I was, I was putting just the time and, just the date and the time of day that I wanted the video to come out. Well, it didn't work. So I started putting, Los Angeles time. That didn't work either. It was almost 11:30 yesterday, and I had to go and hit the button myself. So I gotta wait until 11 today and go and make sure every single one of those videos are out. Well, I put them in 15-minute increments, so I'm gonna have to, put them out, every 15 minutes. So what I did was, and I need to go on Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy today and put those to come out. Put those to come out on Saturday, and then do another Disneyland Adventures video. Anyway, the thing is that, we're going away, for a 1-night vacation, so we're gonna be gone Saturday and Sunday. So as soon as we get to Saturday and Sunday, what the heck is today anyway? Throwing myself off here. Monday. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. I'm like, what day is today? When you're a YouTuber, you don't necessarily know what day it is unless you stream daily. And then the only reason why you know what day it is because that way you can tell the computer to put it out on this day. So that's why I have no idea what day it is. It's not that I've had a head trauma or anything like that. You don't have to worry about me that much. Yesterday my fingers were being stupid again, but it was raining, so it kind of made sense. Like, my fingers, they get a little sore. And, I put the finger brace on there for, say 20 minutes, and it seems to be fine. And yeah, I know it's not good when your fingers start being sore like that, but I can't do anything about it. We don't have money for a copay, and I'm kind of hoping that they will declare me a disaster and put me on disability. But I think they're going to say you don't have enough valid work hours, and that I'm going to have to, that I'm going to have to get valid work hours to, I'm going to have to work more outside the house. But the problem with that is I can't get a job outside the house, which is why I want the disability. But I'm really not that broken. I can still walk and stuff, but like I said, my um my ankles are not that are not that strong. My knees are um my knees are bad, my wrists are bad, fingers are bad. I get I still get dizzy at well, I don't know if it's dizzy. It's more motion sick when we're at Costco underneath the when we're at Costco underneath those ceiling fans, the big ginormous ceiling fans that they have. When I'm under those, I get motion sickness. Yeah. It wasn't as bad when I had my glasses, but they haven't called and said, hey, they're in yet, so. I was thinking about that. One time doesn't happen very often. It happens like once in a blue moon. But one time they were sending people down Highway 50, no problem, and they weren't able to send people down I-80. But I think that was for something else. There was like a rock slide or something like that on I-80. Or like, all the snow fell off the mountain at once. Something like that. Okay. So that's done, that's done, that's done. That's done. We just need the roof. Okay. Dang, Jamie Farr. He played Klinger on MASH. And if you've seen that movie, he was the Sheik's son in Cannonball Run. And I think Cannonball Run too. Anyway, um, he likes to drive fast cars and in that one. I'm sure he's been in other stuff. I'm absolutely sure he's been in other stuff. But the thing that he's most famous for is MASH. And anyway, he's 91. It's crazy. So with actors and actresses, I started to say, I wish I would show like what they looked like when they were younger, just in case you remember them from a movie. And then have because like Tina Louise, you wouldn't know that that is a totally famous. Who's that? I don't remember your name. Oh my goodness! There's a whole bunch of people in that list. It's this person's this age and this person's this age, and I can't remember. I can't remember if it says Dick Van Dyke's 99 or 100. Dang. Michael Caine is 92, it says. I don't know how old this post is, by the way. Okay, that is creepy. It says Peter Lupus, and it shows a picture of him, and that's fine. That's totally fine. I'm good with that. Except for that in the picture, he's got an unknown person with their hand on his shoulder, and it looks creepy. It looks like he's being visited by Thing from Addams Family. Yeah, they got these people who were like very beautiful actresses way back when, and they all look like they had really bad surgery. Liposuction surgery. It claims that William Shatner is 94. Oh my goodness. It looks like a lot of these people aged badly, and then some of them just aged perfect. They still look like they could have been 50 or something. Dang. Oh! Dang! Okay, John Aston, if he lives that long, in 2030 will be 100 years old. If you don't know who that is, he played Gomez Addams on the original Addams Family TV show. Dang, Clint Eastwood is also 95. Okay, I don't get it because that person was born in 1930 and it says 96. Now you're getting 1929s. So that makes sense, but oh my goodness. I didn't realize how not young that guy is. He's a Asian actor. Yeah, I'll stick with Asian. That way I'm not, you know, it could be Japanese, it could be Chinese, I don't know. It could be something else entirely. So I'll just say Asian. Anyway, but he's older than I thought he was too. Mel Brooks is 99. Dick Van Dyke is 99. I hope at the very least, like, if he's, if he's gonna go, I hope he at least makes it to his birthday. I think that'd be awesome. Both of them actually, Mel Brooks and Dick Van Dyke. I think that'd be awesome. Anyway, I guess I'm gonna have to watch some of this stuff over again because it's playing silently right now and I'm not hearing anything. What about that store? Oh, It's never buy these products at Walmart. I don't know why. I haven't watched the video yet. If I remember, I'll try to tell you tomorrow. Or, something. Um, anyway, uh, I'll, I'll try to remember to tell later. Yeah, yeah, we'll stick with later. Okay, so I think that is the dark wood already. So we don't need to take out the dark wood just to be putting in the dark wood. Well, I hate to say it, but Walmart does have some really good products. But the problem is that when they opened up, I don't know how old I was. I want to say I was in high school. I want to say I was in high school. But when they first opened up in Fairfield, California, well, Susoon, California. When they first opened up in Susoon, California, they were out in the dumbest spot ever. I mean, seriously, it was the dumbest spot ever. So they have the Anheuser-Busch factory there, and they renamed it Bud. I mean, for the outside of the building, they named it Budweiser because that's what they were making, I guess. Um, that way everybody would know what the company was. And I hear that they are not doing so hot. Anyway, I hear that that particular factory isn't doing so hot, and they're gonna close it. I don't know how true that is because that's a customer. Um, I guess that's a customer that lives in that. Um, just to make sure that there's no weird colors. Okay, we're good. Anyway, um, it's a customer coming from wherever they were visiting or wherever they live, and coming up here and happening to tell my husband, well, he's working because he's in the grocery store at the same time they are. But they said that they were going to close it, and it sounds like the Jelly Belly factory is also going to be closing. But that one, don't worry, they still have the one in Chicago. I'm hoping it's one of those things, seriously. I think it's one of those things that if you don't know that the Jelly Belly factory's there, you're not gonna know to go visit that when you're when you're on vacation. You're gonna be going to San Francisco Zoo, maybe Napa for a wine tasting. They got a train that you um it's the Napa wine train. I would like to go on the train just because it's a train, but I don't want to do the wine. Like if my husband had had the PTO and I had made enough book sales, we could have gone down there on the train, but then we'd have to go and then we'd have to go and rent a vehicle, and I think it's just easier driving down there. Oh, that's fun. Anyway, um, I just hope that when we get there, the reservation is okay and we don't have to squeeze in at my parents' house because it's already going to be um okay, more than likely. I mean, obviously it's going to be my mom and dad. And then more than likely it's going to be my aunt and her daughter. And so that's 4 people already. And then I know it's going to be grandma and her sister Ruby. So that's like 6 people in a 2-bathroom house, you know? So, um, so to add 2 more people, that would suck. Add 2 more people. The only reason why I'm worried though is because last time my husband booked it and they said, "Oh no, it was set for Monday, the Monday before the day that you're claiming." And they've got a strict don't give the money back policy. So, since they have that, um, they will not give the money back. If the reservation got messed up, you did a no call, no show, but they will not give the money back. So it's really not fair. They're making money off of you and you're getting no service for it. But I'm hoping we get there and it'll be fine. But I know that my sister or somebody will put us up. As long as I don't end up on a blow up bed. I don't want to do that. um okay, anyway. Got that front done, right? Yeah. Anyway, so we're supposed to have a hotel room and a bath, and I think he booked a king bed because that's what he wanted. And I was like, okay, so I have to fall asleep to a story. I was trying to be sensitive to his needs, and trying to be sensitive to his needs, and have us have 2 queen beds, and that way, um, I can listen to my story in the one bed, and he can be in the other bed. Well, he booked a king, so yeah. I don't have anything that'll play my story though, because I don't think that media player goes into the I don't think media player goes into the OneDrive. If it did, that'd be pretty awesome. But I don't think it does. So I wouldn't be able to just listen to my story and it play. So yeah. I'm just a little bit worried about this weekend. But I'm packing for disaster. I've got sweats, and I've got 2 warm coats, jackets, whatever you want to call them. Is that AI? Okay, will you spell it correctly? Thank you. You. My phone. Hold on. See, one of the products that I don't really like buying at Walmart, because it's hit and miss. You never know if you can get a good one or a bad one. Um, you never know if you can get a good one or a bad one. But, um, they have those, salad bowls. And they don't just have salad, they have a pasta bowl too. But, the last time that we got the pasta bowl from my husband, it didn't stay in his stomach, let's just say that way. Um, but, the other ones, you have to worry about rusty lettuce. White lettuce that is supposed to be white, but it looks red. It's not good for you to eat. It's a sign that the lettuce got too old. and it's not going to taste good either. Unless you're used to that, and then it's probably not a good thing. But anyway, that's something that I don't like really buying at Walmart, but they've got them for like $4. So, or no, it was $3, excuse me. They've got them for $3, $2.99. So they've got them for like $3, and it was really good because because on the day after Easter, or the one after, yeah, it was the day after Easter, or possibly the one after that. We had to, well, okay, on Easter, we got me 2 TV dinners. And then the day after, we had to get me 2 TV dinners again because he had leftovers from the enchiladas. Um, you know, I'm not used to having enchiladas on Easter, and I don't eat enchiladas anyway because they're usually too spicy for me. But that day I got, the 2 TV dinners and a salad. And then I think it was the next day we had to do that again because he still had leftovers. So, so I paid for it out of my money. My $13 and something cents. But anyway, I pulled $10 out of that and left the rest of it in there. And it ended up that I got the 2 TV dinners and a salad, and I couldn't get the bread because it was going to go over. And so my husband ended up buying that with his $4. It's like, you may be wondering, why is she begging for people to buy her merch at the end of every video? And that's why, because we need we need the income in the house. My husband had a really good idea. What was it? Oh, Amazon. Okay, Amazon keeps pulling the $14 out. I pressed the button to cancel like back in August or September, but I can't prove that. But I know for a fact I hit cancel last month, and that I hit it just yesterday, and it was not canceled. I talked to the chatbot, and it was not canceled. It will not, it would not cancel. Well, they promised me it's canceled. I can't have Amazon Prime right now. I'm just too poor for it. And I made sure to tell them that it wasn't because their product sucks or anything like that. We like their product. It is a really good product. But that, we just can't afford it right now. That's the only reason why we're canceling. But, and I swear that they took it out like twice last month. But anyway, we're supposed to be getting refunded. And I'll be very happy if we do. If not, I've got the number for Amazon, and I will be calling them up. But I did make sure to tell the customer service guy that he was doing a good job. I think he expected to get yelled at. I told him he was doing a good job. Because, like most people in that situation would have been yelling and screaming and going, what the F, and, all that stuff. But I was like, I was saying it testily, but I was not yelling for once. I have to say for once. Um, yeah. Um, yeah, I am, um, oh, yay. No! I did that yesterday. I did that yesterday. I don't know if it was the same color. That'd be so funny if it was. But I don't know if it was the same color, but I did that yesterday and I was like, no! And then I had to go and, I was like questioning, am I doing this right? And I was. I'm sorry, that's not what I meant in the least. I had to question whether I had the grass block, and I did. See, that's a thing of my brain going on autopilot, and I don't like it. It's getting a little weird. Um, what else can we talk about? So, okay, so the chapters I just finished, Sean is gonna go out, he's gonna go to town, and he's gonna buy some things for his girlfriend, who happens to be Ashley. I'll just spoiler alert it for you. Um, anyway, he's gonna go buy some stuff for Ashley. And she came in from sword practice with her um, four sisters. Well, with four of her sisters. Ah! Yeah. So my sister was um there's a picture John Travolta and Harry Styles, and they're both dressed up like Danny Zuko. Um, I don't know if that's like because maybe he was Danny Zuko um in Grease Live. I have no idea. But anyway, it looked pretty good if it was only AI, and it looked great if it was people. Anyway, um, she was asking me, do you know the band One Direction because Harry Styles is in it? Because I said I don't know Harry Styles. I know his name, just I didn't know what he was from. And I remember that it used to be a CD at the local grocery store. Um, One Direction, the band. So that's about it. It's one of those things where I can't honestly say yes, but it's very possible that I have heard one of their songs. Why does she have to have a hyphen in her name? So, my sister came up with another one where it's Sandy Olsen and Sabrina Carpenter. I don't exactly know who Sabrina Carpenter is. I think she's a singer, but um, if you're wondering if I live in a cave somewhere, um, no, I'm at home doing this all the time, and I don't watch the news unless it's something really important, like like what was it? Oh, the volcano eruption in that one place. The LA fires, the most recent ones. Um, why is LA always being put on fire? Seriously, if I was gonna, set anything on fire, I would think it would be somewhere else. I'm not gonna set anything on fire, obviously, but I think it would be somewhere else, like I don't know, Washington D.C. or New York City or something. Why L.A.? I mean, heck, you could set parts of Texas on fire and it'd be a better place than L.A. Las Vegas. Yeah. Ooh, Las Vegas would be a very bad place to set on fire, actually, because because of the fact that if you set it on fire, there's gonna be sparks flying everywhere from all those neon lights. And a lot of people could get hurt. Like like if I was gonna set anything on fire though, I would definitely make sure that that the place got evacuated. I wouldn't want anybody getting hurt. Oh, okay. I didn't know what to say, so I just sent a smiley face. Okay, let's see if we can finish this toast. Anyway, so Sean wants to go to town and buy Ashley a few things, and she's just come in from sword practice with. Actually, we didn't say it. I don't know if we said it was sword practice. But anyway, some kind of practice. Um, and then they all go into Chantel's room, except for Ashley, because she says, "Hold on a minute, I'll catch up with you. I mean, catch up to you in a little while." And she talks to Sean. Well, she is turning on the charm, making him want to change his immediate plans. And, anyway, making him want to change his immediate plans to something else entirely. Oh, I did mess up. Oh well, that's okay. We'll fix it. There we go. That's much better. Anyway, so they make plans to watch a movie later. Well, he says he can't do it directly after dinner because Chantel finally beat Jesse in in a sword fight, and not once but twice. So it's like a it's making him feel like less of a man or something like that because he didn't because first of all she's female, and second of all it's that sword player because she's usually not that good. And she's not usually that good, and I just didn't like that. Sounded it sounded bad. It sounded like I was a rookie writer or something. And I didn't like it. So I put she's usually not that good, and it sounds so much better. So much better. Okay, finishing toast. That's a prime example of it didn't sound right. It probably didn't sound right the last 5 times I heard it. And then yesterday it just clicked. This is how I fix it. Oh, yeah, okay. So every time I'm pulling one of the bamboo out, it makes light, and I was seeing that make light out of the corner of my eye, and I was like, what the is that? And then I figured out, oh, that's what it is. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I'm being super loud today. And I'm not meaning to be, but if you can, if you can hear me and you're happy about it, I guess that's what matters, but I don't know that anybody's happy about it. Anyway, so I'm like really happy that I'm done with the chapter. So they make plans that, after practice, that's when they're gonna watch the movie together. Because Sean and Jesse are supposed to practice. Well, I got kind of upset because the chapter was going to be 30 pages. And I'm like, 30 pages is a lot for one chapter. So I'm going to break it down a little bit more. So I'm going to break it down a little bit more. And and I'm hoping it'll be okay. Because literally after dinner, Brandon and Allison have plans to watch a movie together. And as soon as they get started up the stairs, hello? You trying to figure out where your brother is? I don't know for once. Well, actually, it's happened more than once, huh? Doesn't seem to be in Daddy's chair. Honey? Ben, honey? He's over there. It's over there. It's at the bottom of my desk. Okay? Love you. So, literally, ever since Coral went on her extended vacation, Sam will come in looking for Ben, and Ben will come in and look for Sam. And we try to make it easy transition, that they're right over there. It's okay. So we found out that cats have really good memories. Really good memories. Because Sam was nightmaring 4 years, 4.5 years after his kittenhood trauma. Well, he was 1, so technically I guess that's not kittenhood trauma. But, but that's what we call it. Because, it's childhood trauma. Yeah. He was just chased by a really big DOG. But we try not to talk about that. Anyway, he was remembering that 4.5 years later. And all of a sudden, we kind of realized, oh, we've been talking about this a lot. That's why, that's part of the reason why. But he remembered it like it happened yesterday, So we're like, okay, we'll just, we'll stop talking about it. Except for every once in a while, like now. And maybe it won't be so traumatic, And he finally calmed down, chilled out, and okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, well, that one isn't gonna be. Yeah, okay, that one is what it is. 5, 6. Wait, 5, 6 or 5, 6, 7? Oh, 5, 6, 7. And then we will be able to go around the corner and go that way. And then we'll be able to go around the corner and go this way. and then we'll be on that road, and this will be the last of the houses. So we've got, and we just have houses on this side, so that'll help. 1, 2, 3, and 6 houses. So I think we're going to be doing pretty dang good. Because like I said, the one road is only the left side. And then, yeah, and then we'll be done. We can put all those oops. We can put all of the house materials up in the garage, and it'll be great. And we will probably do a minecart house tour. Dang. Okay, so like in California, you are not supposed to, it's like illegal. I think it's illegal to have gas powered gardening equipment, like the lawnmower and the weed whacker and all that stuff. And I was just thinking that this one that this guy's using is probably gas. Yeah, I thought so. Okay. Hello? Told you where your brother is? It's just like ever since she went on her extended vacation, they've just been like needing to be hyper aware of where the other one is. Um, yeah, I was saying that my husband made a survival world yesterday, and he made sure to make the um the world have the starting chest, and and the myth on Preston Plays, or I'm not sure it was Preston Plays, but anyway, Preston's channel, was that if you dig underneath where the chest was, that you'll find 4 more bonus chests. And he said that it was definitely real. Unless you have to be in a certain biome or on PC, it does not work. I did not think that, I did not think that um, all of the stuff that he was coming up with was fake, but, now I'm starting to wonder. Especially, the wonderful world of editing. You can go and make it look like there's any number of things. Um, what, baby? Every time I ask that, he stops meowing, so I don't know. I mean, it's not like he's gonna just, burst out in English and tell me exactly what's going on. But, I told him where Sam was. But Ben's the kind that if Sam's playing hide and seek, Sam doesn't know he's playing hide and seek, but if Sam's playing hide and seek, he'll just give up. I mean, Ben is an older kitty of 13. Sam's an older kitty of 11, still acts like a 1-year-old or a 2-year-old. And then there's Bobby, who's about 8, I think. And, yeah, Bobby is 8, or will be 8 on her birthday. Um, oh, after stream, I have to go and find out if my, glasses are in or not. Because nobody's bothered to call me. And it's like, that close to. It's that close to Saturday that, it's a little late to be getting used to my new glasses all over again. Because the thing was that I was supposed to be able to read with them, and I couldn't. Everything was all blurry, and I said it was all blurry, and the lady said, the lady said you're gonna, you need to try to get used to them. And okay, for a while, I was wearing them every day like I was supposed to. And I got used to wearing them because the as far as I can tell, the most problem I have is that my two eyes are not working together like they're supposed to. But yeah, I couldn't read with my glasses, so it was like I was gonna have some kind of problem. And the letters are so tiny that the word program on my phone, the letters are so tiny that I even if I could work with it, to edit it, I don't think I would want to. I told you he's down here. He's playing hide and seek and you're losing. I actually don't know if my cat knows what hide and seek is. So I think it's kind of funny because, while she was still with us, I told the boys that the bottom spot on the cat tree was Coral's because Coral wouldn't go any higher. And they are still going with that idea. It's like, that is not Bobby's spot. I mean, they literally looked up at it like, that is not Bobby's spot. That's Coral's spot. So, I've taken I took a couple of toys and put it in there because they're like toys that Coral would have loved. Or Coral did love. Dang it. Okay. So my sister's got an app on her phone where she can go and take pictures and take ideas and turn them into pictures. And I think that is pretty dang cool. But she went and turned she's got Harry Styles on the left side and Danny Zuko on the right side, but she has a red car behind them. I think I'm getting tired. See, on the one hand, I'm like, okay, I don't want to make short chapters because that just makes more, like it would make a story, a really, um, take up more computing power. That's what I'm trying to say. It would take up more computing power if you have a lot of little chapters, but then on the other hand, you got to think about your reader. And are they going to be looking at that next chapter going, so long. I want to read it, but it's so long. Like, I've done that before. Like, I found out that one of the Nancy Drew chapters is like 8 pages, and I'm like, ah, I want to read it, but I don't. Okay. Are you telling me I never did this one in the middle? Okay. So I was just thinking about Hercules, the Disney movie. But then I was also thinking about Hercules, the TV show with Kevin Sorbo. Um, thing is that, depending on what you're watching or reading, is going to depend on what his wife's name is. If he has a mom, if he has a family, if he uh, just has his friend with him all the time, or what. And the thing is that he does have a family. Well, at least he did for a little bit. In the first episode of the TV show Hercules, um, you know what? I don't think I ever got Sean off shopping. Okay, anyway, we'll get back to that in a minute. Um, oh look, it's a little baby. It's a little baby that doesn't want me staring at it, apparently. Anyway, he has a, he has a family, and, you know, like, like the legend says, um, um, Hercules is, Zeus's son, and, because apparently the storyline between Hercules and Percy Jackson is that the gods, and according to Percy Jackson specifically, um, you know, we're we shan't talk about the metaphysical, that's God with the capital G. But this is God with the lower case G, apparently. But anyway, the gods used to like to come down to Earth from Mount Olympus and kiss the humans, and sometimes they'd have babies together. And Hercules is one of them. Apparently, Percy Jackson is one also. But anyway, in the first episode, he had a family, but Hera got mad at him for something because I can't remember what happened. But Hera got mad at him for something, and in that one, Hera's the stepmother. He's got a human mother and Zeus as his dad, and then he's got Hera as the stepmother. Which I don't remember that being a thing, but you know, whatever. Um, not that one, this one. I mean, we could even make it, we're not going to, but, we could even make it candy stripes, but we're not going to. It does look kind of good, though. I am tired. So I woke up at 5:30 this morning because I needed to do that major rewrite. That's not the reason why I woke up at 5:30. I needed to go upstairs. But I went and took care of that, and then I was working on my story, and um I decided last night that I wanted to add this one part to it, but I'd already done it, and I'd already put it in the media player and everything. So I had to go and do it all over again, and I did, and I finished it pretty quickly, which I thought was really awesome. Um, but anyway, I finished it pretty quickly, and got it done like 8 minutes before stream. So then I went into the kitchen and set up to make my peanut butter toast, and yeah. Honey, why don't you come down here? Ben baby. Okay. Anyway, so after Sean does leave, Ashley goes into Chantel's room because that's where everybody else gathered, and they were they were giggling at her and Sean, and Ashley goes, "Not nice to spy, you know." And then Allison recruited everybody to help her get because Chantel wants a great outfit to go out on a date with Ashley. I mean, no, to go on a date with Jesse. Sorry. Brain went on autopilot. I swear my brain seems to think that names are interchangeable and they're just not. But anyway, okay, so Chantel is going out on a date with Jesse and wants a great outfit to dazzle him with. And then Allison wants to have a movie date with Brandon after dinner and wants to have an outfit to dazzle him with as well. And Ashley cautions her, nothing too sexy or Dad's gonna go with you next time you go shopping and help you get the least sexy clothes in the whole store. So Allison's like, I want to wear something to dazzle Brandon. I don't want to give Dad a heart attack. Ben, you can keep trying all you want, but he's not going to respond. He's asleep. I'm sorry. My cat is determined. Yeah, so I felt bad yesterday, but I had to go and leave one of the houses undone because we had to go figure out what mother-in-law's problem is. Because it's loud, whatever it is, when my mother-in-law can hear it, for one. For two, it was the carbon dioxide, monoxide. Um, anyway, whatever. Um, Alarm thing, but it wasn't like like you would expect it to be if there was a problem, but it was going babe, and then waiting a few seconds, and then babe, you know. it was really loud. And so I was like, I don't know what's going on here. But anyway, we finally figured it out. And I think my father-in-law just threw it in the garbage. So hopefully they'll get another one just in case. Because apparently that's something that you have to worry about. Um, I thought carbon monoxide was like when you are so upset. Not that I'm trying to give anybody ideas. I am not trying to give anybody ideas. Because I'm pretty sure that's a horrible way to go, too. But, like, you're so upset that lock yourself in your car in the garage and turn the engine on with the door shut. You see that in older movies and TV shows sometimes, in the 80s, maybe in the 90s, but I know definitely in the 80s. And it's, you know, I don't think anybody should get to that point. Even if you are telling a total stranger, even if you're telling a total stranger, maybe try to, talk it out with somebody. I mean, the total stranger may or may not understand, but, it would be a lot better than unaliving yourself. Um, but yeah, anyway, um, we went and did that, and then we went over to Costco, and, he decided that we were gonna get, um, oh no, that was the other day when we got the hot dogs, for dinners. So, yeah, I guess we just got the hot dogs yesterday. You know how they have hot dogs at the food court? I think we just got the hot dogs yesterday. Yeah, because I was questioning why didn't we go and do the full tour. Um, well, I got one reason. It's because they had a brioche. I think that's how you say it, brioche, and I don't know what happened, but like it kind of gushed, the goo that they had on the inside gushed out onto my hand and kind of burned it. Not in a I'm working at McDonald's working the grill and or fries or whatever. Hi, baby. He finally calmed down and came over here to sit on my lap. Okay. Yeah, I like that better when he calms down and sits in my lap. He doesn't do that too much anymore. It's like he knows that he's next and doesn't want Mama to be sad. And it's like, Mama's gonna be sad anyway, baby. But I think he's in better health than Coral was. I'm sorry, I did say her name. I know, that's one that I wouldn't even see in the first place, but it's gotta be right. There we go. Doesn't that look nice? Okay, so I am freaking out. That's why I mean, I'm freaking out about the trip, and I think it'll be fine. Seriously, I think it'll be fine. We've got four-wheel drive. I'm just kind of worried that um I'm worried that the snow's gonna be piled in a weird way, and all of a sudden we're gonna be on our side or something. I don't know, weird things I think about. But I know that that's just like an intrusive thought that I should tell shut up. But I don't know, it keeps popping into my head. What if? Well, what if I think would be um I really think what if would end up being um we get a whole bunch of guys and have them flip it back over. I mean, yeah, flip it back over. Okay, I think Ben finally found his big brother. His little brother. His little brother. Sorry. Um, his big little brother. Um, Ben is oldest, and then Sam, and then Bobby. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm starting to fall asleep a little bit. I don't know if it's like, the project isn't very interesting, or if it's probably because I've been up since 5 something. Um, but yeah, after stream, I need to go over there and um, ask them if my glasses are in, because I still didn't get them back. I thought it was a little weird when my glasses came first. Hello? Really? Says Resorts West. Says Minden, Nevada. And nobody was there. So, if Resorts West is even a thing in Minden, Nevada, your phone number is being used. The thing is that if you go and make a formal complaint about it, they're just going to tell you that they can't track the person because, um, because that is a real number. It's just somebody else is using it. Or at least that's what they tell you here. I'm pretty dang sure that, if the cell phone company tried hard enough, they could put more effort into it. Unless the cell phone company is the one doing it. And then that would be a reason why they can't do anything about it, because they don't want to. And then I think like one time they somebody called my husband. Okay, I was trying to say that they called my husband's number. They called my husband's number to scam him from his own phone number. And I am convinced that um I'm convinced that certain people that spam people, um, that they hear my voice and they're like, oh yeah, and choose not to try to talk to me. Anyway, not much going on in my life. Okay, so yeah. Um, After that, they're gonna go to dinner, and Allison arrives a little late, and like she's the last one to sit down, I think. And Brandon was going to pour his juice, stop when the cup was full, and continue on. Well, he kind of didn't. He ended up pouring it so much that it spilled out on the table, or he knocked his cup over or something like that. Um, I just read this yesterday. I should know what it is. But anyway. Um, so Jesse, offers to teach him to be a little more mature. And literally William goes, "Who's going to teach you?" William's their dad. And Jesse goes, "I wasn't going to teach him anything bad. I was just going to teach him, um, don't lose control and knock over your juice when you see how pretty she looks, or how beautiful she looks." And Brandon defends himself that she looks great, but she looked great before. So okay, put that back where it belongs. Put that back where it belongs. Okay. Now, this is blue. This is blue. This is blue. And this is blue. Okay, perfect. I don't know. I almost see. I was just thinking about that. I almost see Dick Van Dyke as the person who is still going out and jogging every day. Um, or maybe he's got like a jogging run in his house. So I didn't. that reminded me of a video that I didn't click on yesterday. It was showing Darcy Lynn, the ventriloquist, and she's in a wheelchair, and I don't know if she's in a wheelchair, but it's showing her in a wheelchair in front of a house that very much looks like the one that I grew up in. It had like it had windows divided by a thing, but basically it looked a lot like the house I grew up in, and only it had like steps to go up to the front door, where ours just had a step. Well, anyway, I'm like wanting to click on it, but I didn't because I think that she did really good when she was singing on her own, and I hope that she gets a chance if she's still able to sing. And I assume that she does. I mean, can, you know. Okay, we got blue it all, but gotta blue it all. I don't know. It just seemed to fit. Oh, yeah, I have to do that from up there. I think we could have had it all. Um, yeah. I've ran out of stuff to talk about. So, as soon as we have all the houses done on this street, I think we'll end it. Unless it's 11 already, and then we might, we might go until we're done with this street, and then we can go around the corner and start the next street. I mean, we're not going to start the next street today, but tomorrow. But yeah, what I was trying to explain is that 3 videos are going to come out today. Yesterday, the day before yesterday, was Fortune Jeopardy, and then yesterday, was whatchamacallit. I'm sorry, whatchamacallit. Disneyland Adventures. I'm so sorry, Disneyland Adventures. I love that game. But anyway, it was Disneyland Adventures, and the thing is that I'm trying to stick to the schedule, but I'm also trying to keep myself calm. That's why this week I'm not starting out with the game that needs to be done that day. I'm not even doing it that day. I'm having it scheduled from, like I'm doing it earlier in the week. Like not yesterday, Friday is when I made Saturday's video, and Sunday's, and I think Sunday's video. And then I did Minecraft the last 2 days. Whether it was my fireworks display that I really need to get back to, or this. Yeah. So, Anyway, if I could have that next chapter done, I'd be happy. And then I've got to figure out the rest of. I was kind of thinking. I was kind of thinking, name the next chapter Brandon and Allison, and then like I was kind of thinking of naming it Brandon and Allison because then it could cover that whole conversation with Jesse and Brandon and still have Allison in it too because they end up going up the stairs and Allison's over there saying, "Can you help me finish my homework quick?" And Brandon's going, "I'll think about it," because he wants his uh, girlfriend, Allison, he wants her to be smart too, and knows that she should do her homework before they watch that movie. Anyway. Anyway, I gotta go and break that up, and it'll be great when it's done, and I'll be happy, and then I don't know what I'm gonna do. Because I'm gonna want to go into cot and solitary at the very least. And I need to do Finding Love and Missionary. Finding Love, Missionary, and if it's done-ish, Lost Memory. But I think it's only like less than 300 pages. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure it out. Okay, so yay! Now what? Oh, okay. I don't want you all to think that I'm dreading the party. It's just I'm dreading the trip a little bit. 'Cause it has been snowing. I know it sounds weird. Snowing in April? Weird. Especially with it being this close to May. This may be one of those years when it snows on 4th of July. And I think that would be so cool, but on the other hand, I don't think they'll um, do the fireworks then, so that's not good. Okay. Right here. Hey, you know how I think of weird things when I'm sitting here doing this kind of stuff? Yeah, popcorn ham popped into my head. I think that would be weird. Okay, so I'm gonna bring that over here. You're probably like, well, why didn't you stop at this house? Done. Well, let's make sure. We've been making sure with all the other houses. So let's make sure. There we go. Oh my goodness. Look, 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to be going. I don't think I have this directed correctly because you go this way and then you come down this way. And so it's not going to be correct. There's one problem though. Like I said, I am falling asleep. Wrong thing. Yeah, I'm falling asleep just a little bit. So before I forget to say it, I write books and they're available on Amazon in hardback, paperback, and ebook. They do go to other countries and they are available for free shipping. They don't just go to America. Like I said, they go to other countries too. And so if you can read well, I assume it does not get translated into other languages. I don't know. I could be totally wrong. But they do go to other countries. And so I give uh, the American prices, and Pirate's Daughter, Misfortune, Hard Times, $26 for the hardback. Esperanza's Party is $24 for the hardback. The Island is $25 for the hardback. Lessons in Love is $27 for the hardback. The children's book that I wrote about my cat Coral, and it's from her point of view. That book is not available in hardback. And okay, the series is adopted, and the first book is Coral. There will be a series, it's just not yet. Maybe that's what I'll do on Sunday. Um, write that book, finally. Anyway, then all of my books are $20 for the paperback, except for Coral, which is $6. Wonderful bargain. Coral's book is $2.99 for the ebook. Both Pirate's Daughter and Esperanza's Party are $3.05 each. The rest of them are $5. If you're watching me on Twitch right now, please follow and chat. If you're watching me on Twitch right now, please follow and chat. If you're watching me on YouTube right now, please like, share, comment, subscribe, notification bell, and please get those valid public watch hours up. Please buy my books. And we'll try to finish these 3 houses, but I don't know if we're going to. Oh, okay. I was like, what am I doing? Yeah, that matches perfectly. And then I was like, oh, the color on the fence is what's supposed to be there, and the color on the house right now doesn't match that. Hmm. Well, um, I wasn't watching the episode of Nash Bridges. I really wasn't. But the episode that popped up yesterday was like um, there was a guy and he had a wife and something traumatic happened to her. Um, you know, something that uh, caused her to like stop talking and so she went to go live at this one place because because she felt safe there. And then somebody was, I think, unaliving the people that were involved in, whatever whatever happened to her. And then it turned out I think it turned out it was the husband, but I'm not sure. I just know that had, um, he had something bad in his hand with, he had a gun in his hand, before I turned it off. Um, so my TV likes to turn itself on sometimes. And it's often enough that it bugs the heck out of me. And it's not like we have a whole lot of children's channels that, is safe for if the TV comes on, I don't have to worry about it. It, um, it's on whatever channel I was last watching. So, yesterday Nash Bridges turned on by itself. I was not too happy because, my cats listen to my stories all the time, and I'm good with that. Um, they may not be the best for the babies to listen to either, but they know it's Mama's story. They know it doesn't make them crazy. But if they go and watch Murder She Wrote when it's on, that is a very bad thing because all of a sudden the boys decide biting each other is okay. So you gotta, monitor what your pets are watching too. That only works with boys though. Um, I don't know if Bobby's, you know, smart enough to overcome we're watching Murder She Wrote and um I don't know if she's smart enough to um not go with those ideas because we've only had her for a year, but she seems to. She seems to be okay. But the boys will start biting each other if I leave Murder She Wrote on. Murder She Wrote. Wait. It's the name of a TV show, just in case anybody doesn't know. But anyway, if if that's on, they start getting ideas, and I don't like it. So I turn off the TV when we leave, but sometimes it's back on, and I find that they've been watching Nash Bridges, and I might find a nice channel with music. Although you can't always guarantee that the music that's playing is okay. Because maybe like they do classical in the morning and heavy metal in the evening. I don't know. Or like heavy metal in the afternoon. Might be safer to just unplug it. But then I may not have internet when I come back, so on the TV. Um, we've got what's probably oldish technology. We bought these back in like 21 or 22. Come on. Just got 3 houses to go. And at the moment, I feel like I'm falling asleep. That's kind of funny. I don't usually have a nap in the middle of the day. Okay, so might be more appropriate to call it brain fog, but I think brain fog is like you're holding your keys and you're asking where are they? Like yesterday, I think it was yesterday, I was looking for my stuff to take with me, you know, keys, wallet, hat on my head, my coat, and my cell phone. And I was holding my cell phone and kind of wondering where the heck it was. Yeah. That happens a lot, though. I'm either scatterbrained or there's something wrong with me and we need to figure out what it is. I don't know. But it's funny because when I'm writing my stories, I'm like, I'm running on all eight, as they say. um, okay, so we were up to 48, I think, and then we're back to 46. Okay, it's like your DVD has a scratch in the disc, and every time you get to that scratch, all heck breaks loose. Oh. Anyway, it's like all heck breaks loose, and I'm pausing for a few seconds. Oi. Okay. I can do this. I can do this, but should I do this? Because, it doesn't make for good content if you fall asleep. Yeah, I cannot wait until later. Because later, Sean is getting a surprise. And again, it's going to be, I don't know what to tell you and what not to tell you. But, again, it's like, I don't know what to tell you and what not to tell you because, it all ties in together. And I'm pretty sure that if you start reading it, you'd be hooked. But, if I can't tell you about things because of the way I wrote them or something, it's not going to help. Oh shoot, I just realized I have to, okay, so one of the things I need to do is make it a motorcycle instead of a horse. And another thing I need to do is redo 17. And if I redo 17, then maybe that will be the horse project. The horse into a motorcycle project complete, but I'm not entirely sure. Hold on. There you go. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. And it can't be because there's 3 dreams, and one of them has to be the motorcycle. I mean, all three, all 3 of them have to have the motorcycle, but like maybe for that third one, ooh, I just figured out how to fix it. Because there's that third dream, and unless I fixed it already, but there's that third dream, and I'm like, well, how can I still have Angel there as a human? And I'm like, motorcycle gang. I mean, it would be a very small motorcycle gang, but because it would probably be it'd be that one person, the biker ninja and somebody else, and it'd be the biker ninja, somebody else, and and Angel in the okay. Oh, so I did the whole entire front. I forgot. Um, they're making such loud sounds. Oh, I think I can fix part of that. Honey, you cannot play Xbox. We what he's really trying to do is just, hold his pot out, so maybe it's in the way on purpose. But I am so tired. I know you're getting tired of me saying that, I'm sure. Mama needs a cat nap. But sometime today I do have to go over to the I care place and say, hey, do you have any idea where my glasses are? We're getting there. Okay, if I can do this, then I will put it up until after my nap. So when those days when I really don't want to take a nap, I want to work on my story, but like I'm literally struggling to stay awake. So this is, if bulls were in the game, I would be worried that they were going to try to attack me. Recently they put all the Oceans movies, Oceans 11, Oceans 12, Oceans 13. They put all those on there. They did not put Oceans 8. Huh? Just looks like two different colors. Yeah, it just looks like two different colors. Okay. I guess. Or is it? No? Okay. I don't know. Oh, I've already got it done. Just need to get. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why, but all of a sudden, um, Goldie Hawn's character in First Wives Club, she was, like, this person's Monique's mother, that person's Monique's mother, Sean Connery's Monique's mother, and then she goes, no, I take that back. Sean Connery's, uh, Sean Connery's Monique's boyfriend. He may be old, but he's still hot, or something like that. She's upset, and they're going, and she's going through the divorce. It hasn't been finalized or something like that. Um, so so basically she goes in there and she goes, I'm not happy. And I think yeah, she was at the bar at the time. And it's like eventually she um eventually her friends help her get that way. And it's really, it's a good movie, even though it's um something bad happens in the movie, and that's what triggers the First Wives Club. I think it's a book too. Now that I think about it, not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure it's a book too. Okay, so I think my brain's finally realizing I don't want to go to sleep. And I'm starting to get that I've only got one house after this one left. I wonder if she like thought of that on her own, or if like, or if that was actually in the script. Oh, I found out something. May have said this before, but um, Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn have been together as a couple for years and years and years and years and years and years and years. They've got kids together and all that, but they're not married. Unless they've, changed that recently and I just didn't know. Something says that they weren't married. I think Google. said that they weren't actually married, which I found interesting. I can't pat what I can't see. My cat is coughing and I like to pat them because it seems to break up the tummy bubbles and make it better. Yeah. Okay, so I'm almost done. Oh, see, it's 11:05, but I'm that close. I just need to do this one and then finish that one. So, not too bad. Not too bad at all. Um, and you might be saying, you gotta stay healthy. And yeah, but at the moment, I need to get done. As soon as I do, I will end the stream. I will probably set this to come out on Monday. I'm not doing it, and I am not having this come out today. There are 3 videos going to come out today, and they're all before this one, so I will probably have this video come out on Monday. Or, I was just thinking, okay, so usually I have a little video that's Disneyland Adventures come out, and that's not the only thing. I'll have this, I'll have Dreamlight Valley, yeah, I'll have this or Dreamlight Valley. Well, I'm thinking this could come out on Sunday, and then tomorrow's uh, busy work to keep me calm video will be coming out on Monday. I don't know yet. Maybe this one could come out tomorrow, and then tomorrow's busy work video come out Wednesday, and then Wednesday is actually going to be what I'm supposed to be doing because it's in the middle of the week, and Disneyland, I mean, Dreamlight Valley is a cozy game, so I don't have to worry about being too stressed on that one. Like I said, I do have to. Okay, I've got to go upstairs, and then I'll probably eat some chips while I'm working on my story, unless I fall asleep. But since I've been threatening to fall asleep, it's probably a good idea to fall asleep. Okay. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna come back around the corner in a moment. There we go. Oi. Oh, because the front is done, not the sides. Duh. Okay. The sides are easier to do than the front, so now that the front's done, the bane of our existence would be the roof. Oh, and these parts of the windows. Parts of the windows are going to be annoying. Um, so yeah, we were doing a survival world yesterday because because Preston said that if you start a world with the bonus chest, you dig straight down underneath where the bonus chest was, and there's supposed to be 4 more. Well, that was not true. But then my husband's like, um, my husband was like, where do we need to, where do we want to put the house? And he's like, I kind of want to put the house up here in, make a tree house. Except for that I came up with the one little problem that it's a huge problem that mobs spawn on wood. I know it sounds weird, but they do. Um, so you can have like cows and pigs and sheep running around in your build, and I've noticed that they don't do that in stone. So I'm like, yay! With that. I really was. I was like, yay! I don't sound yay because, like I said, I'm a little tired. Um, like I may end up taking a nap. I hope I don't, um, but if I'm tired and I work on my story, then, typos can happen. Um, like, I fixed an awkward sentence this morning. I'm sure I said this earlier, but, it was, she's not usually that good. And it didn't sound right to me. So I changed it to she's usually not that good. And it's a lot better. I, I love that. It doesn't sound awkward. It sounds like something somebody would actually say. So, I fixed that this morning and it felt a lot better. And, well, I had to fix the fact that, Sophia does not say secretively. She says, I don't even know how to pronounce it, but it's like secretively or something like that. But it didn't sound anything like secretively. So anyway, in order to do that, since it is an AI voice, you put secret hyphen TIVLY. And that worked. That works a lot better than whatever the hey she was saying before. Um, okay, so. Oh, okay. And then we could do the backside and the roof. Anyway, anyway, so I'm going on vacation. I'm a little bit worried because, it has been raining down here and snowing up there. And, we have to go around the mountain to, I know it sounds so weird, but seriously, we gotta go around the mountain to, get there. And I'm like, we've never done this before. We haven't done this in this truck yet. So I'm just, questioning it a little bit. I'm hoping that my husband takes his work stuff out of the back of the truck because we're not going to need it, or puts it in the quote trunk area, truck bed, truck bed. Um, we've got a covered truck bed, so you don't have to worry about anything getting water on it or rained on or anything like that. He said, nothing was even a little bit moist, which was really good. Um, but I don't know if we're gonna put our luggage and stuff there or if we're gonna put it in the back seat. I would rather have it all in the back seat, but that's just me. It's probably safer in the trunk, but I kind of hope he pulls all that into the house and like pulls it into the house and puts it in the bedroom. Okay, so that is the hospital over there. And eventually, not yet, but eventually there will be trees on that mountain right there. Because it's supposed to look like one of those mountain roads where there's trees on both sides, but there is actually some stuff behind it that you can't see. That's what it's supposed to look like, and um, so I'm kind of thinking, um, okay, so on my other file, um, hold on. Okay, on my other file, you get up to the corner where the movie theater is. That's roughly right there. Um, past the yellow houses. But that's roughly right there, the movie theater. You get there and then it's a straight shot down to the other end. And then there's going to be a mini grand finale there too. And then you go through the football field and the parking lot, and then you get back on your Yosemite. But it looked like it said Yosemite, New Jersey, or New York or something. Weird. Anyway, um, it's a straight, then it's a straight shot back, over to the lake. So I don't know exactly how I'm gonna do that, but there's definitely supposed to be a part in there where we go down one of the other streets, or maybe we're not going to. Maybe we're just gonna go to the lake. I don't know. But I was thinking when I finish all of this on this one, maybe I can make a second copy and it'll be the 2027 fireworks. Um, Although to keep it, actually, okay. So I was thinking mini grand finale. That could be the 16 fireworks. What, baby? Oh, you're looking for Sam? Sam play hide and seek and you can't find him. Sam playing hide and seek and you can't find him. Yeah. I'll help you find them in a little bit. I'm almost done. My son, the giver upper. So there's a ton of people on, well, at least two that I know of, on, um, yeah, online, on YouTube, that try to convince you that kittens meow at people, you know, because they're saying, feed me, feed me, feed me. And adult cats don't. I mean, no, adult cats meow at their owners, but they don't meow at other cats. It is what the thing is. You know, like adult cats don't talk to other adult cats verbally. They talk to them, you know, with body language and all that stuff. And that's just not true. I have had so many times, like just now, Ben was saying, Sam, Sam. He can't find Sam. I'm gonna help him find Sam in a little bit. But, and Sam goes, Ben, Ben, all the time too. He's trying to talk to Bobby, but Bobby doesn't meow back. Bobby's that other 10% of cats that, you know, actually follows what humans think. Okay. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Okay, I'm going to park myself right here, and I will see you in the next stream or video.